Hey everyone, I'm Norn Queen Alexis, and welcome back to the channel. It has been a year. Let's just say that it has definitely been a year. Let's just make sure we get everything ready. And junk, we have a couple of messages that are interrupting this stream. There we go. So 2021 was a year. Holy cow, was it a year? Honestly, I'm still stuck on like 2020. Like this is just 2022, which is, you know, the worst in the trilogy. And I'm not ready for it. Like I don't believe in 2022. Let's just start with that. I don't believe that we're still in a Tuesday in 2020. Oh, we do have two chats going. So let's just make sure one is good. There we go. We had two for the Emperors for a second. But yeah, it has been, to say crazy is kind of an understatement. Like, it's been kind of nuts. So, what did we do in 2021? Well, we went crazy. All right, that happened. 2019 feels like 5 years ago. Holy crap, you're not wrong. Like, you're not wrong. Volume up? Okay, let's turn the volume up as high as we can. Okay, is this better? Chat, I need your help with this. Is this a bit better? Do I need to move a bit closer to my microphone? Boop. There we go. But yeah. This, let me just make sure. Super quiet, can't hear you at all. Okay, let's try turning this up. Oh, that's about as high up as I can go. Is that any better? Wait, is this thing on the wrong microphone? It is on the wrong microphone. That's the reason. Dumb XSplit being stupid. 1 second. We got this. We are professionals here. Wait, that's a Judy Classic. Yeti. Apply. Okay. Is this better? Is this better? I hope this is better. Okay. But yeah, 2020 has been... God, I did it again. 2021. Okay. 2021, we had... Am I wearing headphones? There we go. But 2021 has been insane. The beginning of the year was... what is it about? 82. You need to at least be an 8-ish. Audio seems normal, like on Twitch. Is this bad? Is the audio bad? Like, it says it's coming through just fine on my end. Do I need to turn this up? I could turn this up. That doesn't really do much. Let me just move my mic a bit closer, I guess. Yeah. There we go. Is that better? Okay. But yeah, 2020 part 2. Let's try to get into this. I hope the mic is better now. I have it very close to me now. Let's hope. Okay. Beginning of 2021, it was weird. I started getting help with PTSD and things of that nature. If you don't know, I do suffer from PTSD, and it does suck. And I got help for that. I need to go see a therapist while I'm here as well, but we'll get to that when we get to that. But we had a really nice job. We worked with some really, really nice people, and I absolutely love my time in Arizona for the most part. I do really miss my friends there. Like, I really miss my friends there. And that's what sucks. Like, I'm no longer, like, hanging out with my girl Mindy every other weekend. And there's a chunk of me that is still, like, missing because I don't feel exactly home yet, if that makes sense. Like, I really liked it in Arizona. It was nice and warm. It was warm. There was heat. It was warm. And I had friends there. I have really good friends here, too. Like, let's not kid ourselves. I have some really, really, really amazing friends. Over freaking Lexi, Golden, and Eagle, and all of my RPG group are all amazing. I hang out with Lee almost every other weekend. I absolutely love him. He's an amazing person. He's appeared on the channel before. He's helped me make terrain. And yeah, like, I'm starting to feel more at home here. Victor should be coming home any minute. But there's still a part of me that misses Arizona. Like, I do miss the warm, and I still miss New York. Like, I've lived in a ton of different places, and part of me still feels like it's there. Like, it sounds weird, but right at the middle of 2021, my emotions were like super high. I was at a point where I was super stressed and everything. My rent just went up for the 4th time, and this 1-bedroom apartment, this tiny ass apartment, was costing me over $1,000 a month. And I was like, this place is not worth that. And I signed a lease stating that you couldn't change my rent for a year, and you've changed it 4 times since I've moved in. And yeah, Arizona laws are absolutely idiotic. Kind of like their schooling system is asinine. But aside from that, like, once we got away from that, we moved to Iceland. I am in Reykjavik, Iceland. Like, this is still crazy to me. I am in a different country. I live here with my fiance Victor, and it's kind of insane. Victor is currently at work. He should be coming home any second now. But I moved in with him because we were moving in, like, we were trying to move in all of 2020, 2021, and even part of 2019 we tried to move in together, and the US was garbage when it comes to immigration. Go figure. But after all said and done, I moved here, and I don't regret the decision. Like, I absolutely like it here. I just find the city to be a bit boring, if that makes sense. Like, Reykjavik it's got some cool stuff in it, but it's the cold season now, like really cold, and it's raining every day. So it's not like I can go out and do stuff. So I'm sitting at home just going like this every single day, just painting miniatures like crazy. It's actually a Skull Taker. Anyway, Skull Taker. And if you guys don't know, I've been streaming on Twitch a lot lately, and I've been doing that a lot more, and I'm really enjoying it. So if you haven't seen my Twitch channel, go there. I stream every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, with alternating Wednesdays because of D&D. And I've been playing a lot more D&D. I've been building a lot more miniatures for other games, mostly for D&D. I've been building a ton of terrain. Lee has been an amazing help when it's come to building terrain. He showed me tricks that I didn't even know, and we've been just going crazy building terrain. Like, all these boxes over here, like all 4 of those boxes, that's all terrain. We had these in the closet, and that's why they were in cardboard boxes, but then we just got this shelf for Christmas, so we're going to get 4 shelves for it so that we can put all that in. And all of this up here is RPG books, including Warhammer Fantasy, all the 40k ones, and D&D. But yeah, like, New Year's resolutions. We got to talk about these New Year's resolutions. What are we going to do for this new year? Well, for one, we're going to get the channel up. Yeah, we're gonna try to get the channel up to about 45,000 subscribers. I don't think that is unrealistic. I think that I'm good at about 40,000 subscribers, because most of the people watch my channel only watch it for my reaction videos, which kind of suck because I do a ton of other things. Like, I can do lore, I can do gameplay, I can do tactics, I can do a ton of different shit, but whenever I do any of that, it just does not get views. And videos take a lot of time, so I don't want to commit 2 days of work to a video that's not going to get views. And it kind of sucks, you know? Like, because I'm super excited to make these videos, and then I make them and they do terribly, Or I make a lore video where I point out like funny things in the lore, and I get well actually like 4 million times because somebody watched some dipshit lore channel. You know the one. Let's just say you know the one who gets everything wrong, and I keep getting well actually from people from that channel, and I'm like, I don't want to deal with you guys. So I have been just sticking to reactions for the most part, and I haven't done much on the YouTube channel, mostly because I'm still trying to get used to time zones and when the best time to post a video is while I'm in the center of the ocean, which is kind of weird because most of my audience is American and a good chunk of my audience is from the UK and, well, the rest of Asia. So it's one of those things where I have to find a good time to do things, if that makes sense. But I intend to do more narrative games. You guys have seen, if you have seen my narrative campaign, not my narrative campaign, there's going to be narrative campaigns coming, and I am excited about those. And we did a test run of it to see if it would work and see if it would garner attention. And we did Admech versus Sisters of Battle, where we had voice acting and everything and minor animations. I'm not very good at animations, but we've been doing quite a bit with that, and I want to do more of that. It's just I need opponents, and that's a little bit hard. Also, hello everyone that joined the chat. Oh hey, it's Daisy. Hello. But we want to, we being me and Victor, want to do more narrative things. We want to start WARP news, where we talk about what's happening in these selected YouTube channels, what's happening with like Warhammer Plus, what's happening in the gaming community, and what's happening in our life. And I really want to do this because it's WARP news, which is an idea that came from one of my old mods, who long since became an asshole, and he's gone. But I'm definitely stealing that idea. It's a great idea. But yeah, I do want to start doing that. It'd be more like a podcast than anything else. And I think that that could be really, really, really good. Oops, sorry, I hit my microphone. So let's read some of these comments really quickly. I could never live in a city. Manhattan drives me nuts. Honestly, I've grown up in the city. I've lived in the countries, in the country meaning like upstate New York, rural New York. And honestly, I don't mind any of them. Like I thrive in almost any environment. My personal preference is to be near the woods and everything. Like I like acres upon acres of land. Let's see. I like your Twitch streams quite a lot. Oh, thank you. That's awesome because I'm really enjoying doing them now because we're getting a ton of projects done. Like last week, we got this Land Raider done, and somehow I remembered how to do the mechanism on the door to get the door to open and shut without instructions. I'm really happy with this. Although I did put the gun turrets on upside down. Definitely counts as an oopsie daisy, my bad. But regardless, the turrets move, so that counts for something, right? But we have a ton of projects that we're going to be working on Twitch. And speaking of Twitch, we're going to be doing 3 days a week, but we're also going to be doing one on YouTube once a week where we build things similar to what we do on Twitch. This way I can actually start growing my Twitch following as well as doing more on the YouTube channel because currently I'm without a job and that kind of sucks. So this is my primary source of income until I get a job once I can. Let's see. I know I can ask my local GW staff, but I want to collect Sisters of Silence. I know I need War of the Spider, but is there any other book I need to collect them? You don't need War of the Spider. You need the new Custodian Codex coming out. And I would go off of that and then check to see if the old War of the Spider is still usable. Because I don't think it's going to be after the Codex comes out. I have a strong feeling that it's not going to be. Do you need a work permit? Are they hard to get? I do need a work permit. They are not hard to get. It's just, I am in waiting for them. Like, it could be anywhere from 3 days from now to 6 months. So we're just in the process of waiting to get approval for it. But yeah, I have a Sisters of Silence army, and I really, really, really like it. Where is it? Where are my Sisters of Silence? Ah, here they are. Oh, they do not want to come down. 1 second. I am still in pajamas. Why do you not want to come down? Oh, one fell. 1 second. I don't know why they decided to fall, but yeah, here we go. This is my Sister of Silence force. So we have raptors in here, we have doggos in here, because they can actually take birds in 30k, and they could take cybermastiffs, which cybermastiffs didn't have a model until very recently, which we built on stream, which I need 6 of. No, I need 8 of. And so this is my Sister of Silence force. It's all completely converted and everything so that they have all the weapons that they need. And I'm super excited about this army. And this army is going to be done soon. I just need their flying dildo. I don't know what else to call it. It looks like that. It actually looks kind of like a fleshlight, if I'm being real. Don't look up that, by the way, if you were young. Anyway, that army just needs 11 transports and it's done, which I'm totally not going to convert rhinos into. I love the lore videos, but I might suggest breaking them down into multiple parts. For example, the armory books videos, break those apart into, yeah. Well, so the Everything Wrong With series that we did was a ton of fun, and I do want to do those more, but I need to find a new military historian to work with. So, because those videos actually garnered a lot of hate, because the military LARPers that pretend that they know everything about the military, even though they're probably just some white nationalist that's an asshole, harassed Sterling so much that he no longer wanted to be a part of the channel. And I don't blame him. Like, yeah. Just 11 Sisters of Silence transports, that's cheap. Well, I mean, you buy one, okay? You buy one. You buy a set of Legos, okay? Now, this sounds weird, but follow me. This is the 300 IQ play, okay? You build the transport, okay? And it's basically one solid piece, which is perfect for putting into a cast and making them. I only advise doing this if you are just collecting, not if you're selling. But yeah, there's no way I'm buying 11 of them. They're $180 a piece. I might just use rhinos for them because most opponents won't care, and I have the rhinos for them. But yeah, I do want to do more lore videos. I really enjoyed the Everything Wrong With series, and I'm trying to find a new historian to work with. And if you are a historian and want to work with the channel, send me a message on Twitter, Discord, or Instagram. Not Instagram. I don't check Instagram. Hell, if you know me personally on Facebook, which I don't hide, yeah, just send me a resume. Would it be a resume? Just credentials is all I need, and we can talk, and then we have to see how our chemistry works together before we film together. Yeah. And with Warhammer Plus, we can actually do it even easier. So, yeah. New Year, New Army is for bolt action. Oh, I don't play a lot of bolt action. I've tried it. I didn't like it as much. It's a good game. It's got a great system. I don't like the community for it too much, and I think you know what part of the community I don't like. But I think it's cool. But let's talk about the new armies I want to add to the channel, speaking of. Okay, you ready for this? Are you ready? Okay, all right. We're going to do 3 AOS armies. 3 AOS armies. We're going to do Mortals of Slaanesh, Mortals of Khorne, and we're going to finish off our, what are they called? They are called something, Daughters of Cain. There we go. We're going to finish that army off. And we have quite a bit of it. We traded for a lot of it, and I'm debating selling off the Thousand Suns. Like, I don't know what to do with them, and I don't really like the paint job that I gave them. So, I'm not sure. Let's see. Adding to the previous suggestion, also have clickbait titles like, why this tank model would suck in battle. You know what? I can't do clickbait. Like, I am so bad at it because I want to explain things when I write titles. Like, this title is as close to clickbait as I can. Actually, the title would be like over here. That's as close as clickbait as I can get. That's it. Oh yeah, another new army that we're going to be doing is 30k Dark Angels, and we're going to be checking that out and moving more into 30k for the future of the channel. So we're going to be doing AOS, we're going to be doing 30k, and we're going to be doing 40k and Kill Team, and maybe if I can find opponents for it, Star Wars Armada, because I really enjoy Star Wars Armada. Let's see. Happy New Year, Alexis. Oh, thank you so much. New place looks nice. Thank you. Yeah, this is my place in Reykjavik. It is a small apartment that we own. We actually own this. I'm super excited we own this. Well, my fiance owns this. I don't own, well, actually I own a lot of 40k armies. I own enough 40k armies that if I sold them all simultaneously, I could probably buy a house. But yeah, we want to move more into 30k, and I need suggestions on what 30k Legion of Traitors I should play. Because for Loyalists, I'm going to be playing Dark Angels, and don't hit me with the dumb meme. I don't want to see the meme. It's dumb. It's old. That meme is older than me, and that's old. But I want to play a 30k Traitors faction as well. But it can't be World Eaters or Death Guard, because two of my friends have those armies. So I'm actually, I think I want to do Emperor's Children, but I don't know. Yeah, you know, it's weird. I'm thinking about buying Sisters Kill Team. Any tips? This really depends. Are you buying the Kill Team box that includes the Sisters of Battle and the Tau? Because if you are, they're kind of garbage. Kind of, but they're also pretty decent. But if you want to buy a good Sisters of Battle Kill Team, you should actually go to Sister of Battle Facebook groups and just ask people to buy like individual models. That way you can save you a ton of money. Like, if you only need 1 Repentia to 2 Repentias. You only need, I actually might do Iron Warriors. I have been really thinking about Iron Warriors. But you could grab all of the individual models that you need off of like Facebook Marketplace and just like, just other groups and everything. In fact, if you lived in Iceland, I would just give you the models because I have so many Sisters of Battle. But yeah, if not, just buy a Sister of Battle like box and just go with Battle Sisters for your first kill team. Full Chaos portfolio, wow. Yeah. Well, no, I don't have a full Chaos. I have Tzeentch, I have Khorne, I have Slaanesh, but I don't have Nurgle, and I don't like Nurgle. I don't like the way they look. I don't like their cartoony, like, aesthetics. I think they're just a bit too silly for 40k. You need a clickbait assistant. A quick clickbait assistant. Wow, that is a tough sentence for me to say. And yes, I do. Probably in, yeah, that's true. 30k Dark Angels are the best. Nice. And you're doing a Primaris army. Very nice. I actually want to get my Primaris Marines here so badly. I want to play my Space Marines. Word Bearers, it's the only right answer. Word Bearers are interesting because then I get the Gav War back. And I think it's funny that they're named after, like, Gav Thorpe. But I I don't know. I, eh. Night Lords is a no. I'm sorry. Night Lords are just... Aaron Dinsky Bowden, bless his heart, tried to make them as cool as possible, but they will still only be lightning spooky boys to me. Oh, I do remember you. Hello. Okay, let's see. Emperor's Children or Word Bearers? I don't know about Word Bearers. I think my choice is between Emperor's Children and Iron Warriors. Or Iron... Yeah, it's Iron Warriors are the bad ones, right? Yeah. Yes? Yes. Right? God, there's so many... There's 3 Primarchs that are basically the same exact person. The Iron Hands, the Iron Warriors, and the freaking Imperial Fists. They're all the same person. They're written exactly the same. Oh, what does your Legion do? We're siege experts. What does your Legion do? We're siege experts. What does your Legion do? We're siege experts. It's like, they're all the same. But the Iron Warriors have, like, the Terminators with the... Ow, I just hit myself. The Terminators with the missile launchers on top of them, and I think those are really cool. And I know Ultramarines have better versions of them, but... And I do really, really, really like Ultramarines. I think that they could be really, really, really cool. But I honestly think if I'm going to do a Chaos faction, I want to do one without demons. And I really, really, really like... oh my god, what is his name? What is their Primarch? I cannot remember his name right now. Perturabo? Yeah. I really like how Perturabo is written. And, like... I like the fact that when he gives up the Siege of Terra, which, by the way, spoilers, after Abaddon talks him out of doing the Siege of Terra, which, by the way, Abaddon is kind of like a secret hero. I don't know why, but he is. But, like, his interactions with the entire army and realizing that they are not going to win by their own iron, they're going to win because of demons, was one of the coolest scenes in that book, where he's looking at the battle plans and he's like, Abaddon's right. I am going to win, but I'm not going to win. Like, my warriors are not going to win this war. Demons are. And it's this really cool scene, and I really like it. So I want to run an Iron Warriors army with no demon engines, no nothing. No nothing. Just them. And I think that would be really cool. Yes, iron within, iron without, iron shake it all about. Hey Alexis, how are you doing? Yep, I just read that one. Hello. Happy New Year to you. Happy New Year, everyone. I hope this year is a lot better than last year. Gods, I really hope so. World Eaters, blood for the Blood God, skulls for the Skull Throne. World Eaters are cool, but my friend Lee has like 1 billion points of World Eaters. Ew, Iron Warriors. You know what? That's fine. That's exactly the response I want when I play them. Like, oh, ew. And then they beat them up. If you ask Varg, yes, IW are the bad ones. Iron Warriors are the bad ones. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, you have the useless one, which is Dorn. You have the dead one, and then you have the petulant child. That's the 3 siege experts. Actually, Dorn is really cool. I hate his Legion, love Dorn, if that makes sense. None of them are actual siege experts. GW doesn't know what the hell a siege is, by the way. A siege isn't just, I throw numbers at you and surround you until you die. A siege is, you literally cut off all communications and everything and cut supply lines for a fortress so that you starve it out and then eventually it surrenders without the loss of too many troops. Games Workshop does not do sieges in any way, shape, or form. They're bad at it. And if they do, they write it poorly. I have a... Breathing is hard. I shouldn't make that joke. In the winter, I get a lot of sinus congestion. I'm perfectly fine. I'm healthy. I'm good. Let's see. I have a Sister's Army set that I don't have time to start. Should I sell it or hold on to it? honestly, hold on to it. It it might be something you play later on in your life, and you'll save like $70. So it's kind of cool. But if you know somebody that wants to get into the hobby and you want to be super awesome, you can actually just give it to them or sell it to them for a discount and push them to get into the hobby. That way we can still spread the love of this hobby. Iron Warriors 30k is great if you do not want to do more demon focused army. Yeah. And I have Demons of the Runestorm, so I don't really need a chaos army per se. I like the idea that they're not chaos yet. Do Slaanesh then. Demonic Whips and Chains. I have a Slaanesh army. I have a massive Slaanesh army. I have 6,600 points of Slaanesh. Trader's Marine, if written well, they can be interesting as their loyal counterparts. I actually think Trader Marines are way more interesting than their loyal counterparts, with the only exception being the Dark Angels. I think the Dark Angels are written extremely well, and I know a lot of people don't like their books, but if you don't know 40k and you read those books, they're actually really good. If you know 40k and you're looking for bolter porn, you gotta look somewhere else. Look at like any other book and it's good. But if you want a book that actually requires some brain power to process and actually enjoy, the Dark Angel books are great. That's a really great idea. Oh, and speaking of 30k, what do you think of Ashen Claws? I actually like them. I like that they're one of the first Renegade chapters. I like the fact that they are kind of still maybe around. I think they all die, but I'm not entirely sure. But I do like the fact that they just become pirates. I think that is absolutely amazing. Ashen Claws are really cool. I like them. Perturabo was one of the most sensible Primarchs. Once he realized that his side had lost, they didn't lose though. No, okay. So it wasn't that he realized that they lost. He realized that Abaddon was right. Abaddon told him that he was going to win the Siege of Terra, but he himself was not going to win. His warriors were not going to win. Only through horse and demons were they going to win. And he hated that idea. He hated the idea that his men didn't win on their own merits and that they only won because of demons. So he just rage quit the Siege of Terra. He's just like, screw this, I'm leaving, and just left. And I love that. Dorn punched Fulgrim so hard and so senseless that he quit the Siege of Terra, and I thought that was funny. But yeah, essentially, Perturabo realized his forces lost and left. So you are correct. Nathaniel Garrow is my favorite character because he helped one of the... Yeah, he is one of the founders of the Grey Knights. Which, if you don't know what the Grey Knights are, they started out as the Sigilite Boys, which sounds like a boy band in 40k. But he started as a knight errant, which would eventually become the Grey Knights, because we know that the Grey Knights were actually started prior to the Knights Errant, but it was definitely the Knights Errant that warranted the creation of the Grey Knights. Also, Nathaniel Garrow's story has always been that he martyred himself and then never does. And I think that is silly. Also, if they're going to do a 40k movie, they have to follow Nathaniel Garrow. Well, a 30k movie for Horus Heresy, they have to follow Nathaniel Garrow, and I think Superman should play him. Just saying. For a company that has been built around wargaming, GW really doesn't know much about warfare. So true. They have no idea how a battle actually works. Like, for one, Space Marines would lose every freaking battle. Like, our soldiers today can beat Space Marines. And I know a lot of people are like, no, they can't. They're super soldiers. Yeah. Anyway, I don't care about you. You're wrong, and you're dumb. Modern military defeats Space Marines 1,000 times over unless Space Marines use their battle barge. That's the only way that they win, is if they use a battle barge. If there are ground forces, if Space Marines deploy as a chapter, 1,000 Marines, 23 dreadnoughts to 25 dreadnoughts on average, and let's just say 40 tanks and Storm Ravens and Thunderhawks for support. It would take us less than maybe a week to kill all of them, assuming they deployed and are ready to actually do warfare. Because Warhammer 40k does not do guerrilla warfare, which is what our army is now trained for, but they have no air superiority. They lack any type of real aircraft to actually fight us. And the Zypher Interceptor flies slower than our average jets. Jets from right after World War II could beat the Zypher Interceptor. And that's their fastest aircraft, assuming that it doesn't just fly into the stratosphere, which would be a way that it defeats us. Well, actually, it would just annoy us. We'd just shoot a tracking missile at it and blow it up. Also, the fact that we would just bomb them. We would just carpet bomb Marines. Like, they come at us, like, running. Like, oh no. Bomb them. We have air superiority. We bomb them, they kill a dreadnought, we realize that they all flock to the dreadnoughts that die, we just keep finding the dreadnoughts, bombarding them. And eventually the Marines will lose. And they leave. Like, modern military could kill Space Marines with no problem. And that's not even factoring in guerrilla warfare versus Space Marines. Like, if you take the average person versus an average soldier versus a Space Marine crushes them. We lose in ground combat with squad v squad. That's no question, we lose that. But where we win is through technology, through drones, through air superiority. Space Marines don't have that. In fact, they actually require, those are words, they require the Astra Militarum to do so much heavy lifting for them that without them, Space Marines would lose almost every war, if written correctly. Also, a Space Marine chapter should be something along the lines of like 1 million Marines each in order to take a world. And Guardman regiments should number in the billions instead of the thousands. Yeah. Sorry, rant. I'm done. I promise. I'm not. What about a loyalist turned traitor in the current era, vice versa? Who would I like to see turn traitor? The White Scars, definitely. Considering a good chunk of them fell to traitor legions, I think that it would make sense that without their Primarch leading them and with Yagatai Khan actually, not Yagatai Khan, their current Khan carrying around, what's his name? Doom Rider's head, that it would eventually possess him and he would lead them into becoming chaos and they would fall to chaos. And for a traitor legion to turn loyal, I think it would be the Alpha Legion, and it would be because of St. Celestine's gift to them. Would turn them mostly loyal. If not that, I think... yeah, no, that's it. Just the Alpha Legion. Let's see. What do you think of Black Shields in 30k? I love them. You said the question twice, but that's fine. Hello, Alexis, a random Chaos Psyker. I'm not a random Chaos Psyker, but are you a random Chaos Psyker? If you are, I have a suggestion. You meet up with your local Inquisitor and, you know... Anyway. Oh, do you remember my... I don't think that that's appropriate to talk about on stream. Okay, I think Loken was the only knight errant, but never became a Grey Knight. Well, yeah, the Knights Errant never became Grey Knights. Like, story written so far, none of the Knights Errant became Grey Knights that we know of. There is a lot of rumors on who became it, but we do know that all of them at the end of their lives, or at some point towards the end of the Siege of Terra, or afterwards during the Purging, went to Titan. That we know. GW should really look at historic battles, especially here in Europe. They would learn so much. Are you good, Throat? Okay, there we go. Funny thing about them looking at historical battles, they actually did. The Imperial Armor books got GW into a lot of trouble when they first came out because they were copyrighted from World War II documentaries and World War I. In fact, the original origin story of the Death Corps Krieg was literally lifted from the French when, oh god, I can't not remember the name of this war, so please forgive me. But German were trying to occupy a city. They were coming towards the city. And what the French did is, instead of trying to defend the city with such a little numbers, they actually went to a cliff and then ordered bombardment once the entirety of the German army got into there and bombarded it down to every building was destroyed. They absolutely demolished it and defeated the German army at that point in the war. This isn't saying that they beat the entirety of the German army, they just beat that battalion. And that's what inspired the Death Corps Krieg and them bombarding their own planet. Was they didn't want to give it up to chaos, so they bombarded themselves in order for, their inspiration. And they're repenting for it. Let's see. Doesn't the Leman Russ basically have the same or less armor than a tank in World War II? It has less. It has 200 millimeters of steel in its thickest locations, and some of its areas in its front plating, like when we were talking about this, is so laughably small that a average grenade could probably take out the Leman Russ if thrown right. Or you just throw it underneath the tank, or you throw it at the back of the tank. Yeah, Leman Russes are kind of sad. Land Raiders are worse. Land Raiders are 1,000 times worse. You're completely forgetting that the U.S. Military only gets to bring about 2,000 points. Even with 2,000 points, they would just bring aircrafts, and they would cheat and have 4,000 points because it's the U.S. and they don't follow any rules of war. That's a joke. That's a joke. Anyway, so what army rules should I use for my Ashen Claws? If you want to be really, really, really cool, you could use Deathwatch rules for them to represent that they steal things and they have different legions in their numbers. If you want, you could do a custom chapter with the custom chapter rules. That could be really interesting for them. But honestly, I'd probably do Deathwatch. You get all the different shoulder pads and everything. It fits with their theme of being a shattered legion. So I think that could work really well. Also, if you guys want to support the channel, use the super chat feature. It goes a long way to helping me out, especially being that I don't have a job here. Yeah, that completely up to you guys. But if you want to be super special awesome, it helps. And I gotta close these things out real quickly. Okay. Hi from Wales. Hello, Wales. How are you? And glory to the Emperor. Glory to the Emperor. I am doing very well. I am sitting, I am chilling in my home here in Reykjavik, Iceland, where it is awkwardly warm in this house, and then it gets freezing, then it gets awkwardly warm again. Yeah. Reading and Steel Legion of Armageddon. What do you think of the new regiments are going to be for 9th edition? 9th edition regiments for Imperial Guard is going to be interesting. I definitely think they're going to do Armageddon. They're going to do Cadia because they're going to do Cadia. They're going to do Death Corps Krieg. Which other ones would they do? It's always the tough one. They're going to do Valhallans. They're probably going to do about 9 of them. I think they're going to do 9 of them. And then they're going to have make your own custom regiment thingy, as they do. Honestly, I think it's going to be very much the same, just a lot of their tanks are going to be tougher, if that makes sense. And their infantry is going to be able to do a bit more. Personally, I think that they should, if you're within half range of a lasgun, instead of firing twice, if they all pick the same target, it should put their strength up to 4 to represent the maximal setting on a lasgun, which they use to try to kill Marines. Keep in mind, it does take 10 guardsmen to kill 1 Marine. Greetings, blood for the blood god, skulls for the skull throne. Welcome. An M1A2 Abrams would kick the shit out of a Land Raider. Actually, an Abrams, if it got a shot with its autocannon against a Land Raider's front, like the front plate of a Land Raider, not only would it kill every single Terminator inside it, it would make the tank completely inoperable and it would collapse in on itself. Let alone setting off all of the ammunition for the heavy bolter or the assault cannon. But the thing that you have to look out for are those las cannons. The fact that Marines and sci-fi writers write faster than light-based weapons that are super powerful and don't give them to everybody blows my mind. Like, they have weapons that can move that can move at the speed of light. I keep having to correct myself. And they don't cover their tanks in them. Like, I'm sorry, most of these tanks have infinite supplies of ammunition because the shot from the las cannon actually charges back the fuel cell that shot the las. So when you have two of them firing next to each other, each shot is recharging the battery on the first because of its heat. And this is actually canon. That's how that works. Which means if you put 3 las guns next to each other, there is a chance that the shot from two of them could recharge the other one. Completely canon. Like, as dumb as that is, it's in the Imperial Armor books. That's how that works, and it's so stupid. But the fact that they don't coat their tanks in these things and then just fire them rapidly, like, why they don't have some type of Gatling laser, it blows my mind. Why guardsmen teams don't carry around, instead of autocannons, they don't carry around multi-lasers, blows my mind. Because, oh, I'm sorry, there's a Space Marine coming? Yeah, they have superhuman reflexes. Cool, this is the speed of light. Pss, 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 got him. Like, anyway. Enough of me, like, shitting on Warhammer lore. There's a lot of stuff in it that doesn't make sense, and the justification is that it's rule of cool. And we all fully agree that rule of cool is what GW is. Okay, I'm good. I promise. Krieg was basically the Franco-Prussian War, maybe? Yeah, kind of. Death Guard is always the best army. The Booger people are pretty nice. The Booger boys. Like, keep in mind, the fact that the Death Guard exist as both a silly faction and a super grimdark faction is what 40k is. It is completely silly. It is over-the-top cartoony violence, but with a dark setting on top of it. It's like an adult... 40k is basically Invader Zim. Like, 40k is basically Invader Zim. It is a cartoon that's meant to show, like, pretty colors and stimulate you at the same time as being dark with gritty humor. That's what 40k is, and it's a complete satire on every political party and every single political ideology, as well as war in general. Hey, we just got a subscriber. That's awesome. There it is. Boom. Blam on. Also, that's probably... Ah! Sorry, I had my stuff up. Oh my god. This one channel is like... I keep getting copyright disputes. Like, I don't know if you guys can see this, but I keep getting copyright disputes on fucking YouTube because fake-ass companies are trying to claim small YouTubers' channels. Okay, sorry about that, but I did win that case because you always fight them and you always prove them wrong. The fact that everything in 40k is so stupid is part of the reason, is part of what I love about it. Yes, and that's exactly why I love it. Like, you have this Mechanicus force, you have the Tau, who believe in building the best weapons for the war that they're currently in, but they can't see past the war. Like, Tau cannot see past the war. That is why they're dark. They never see past the war. They never see to the point of where the greater good justifies itself. They will just genocide after genocide after genocide, thinking that they're doing good because the war is because they believe that it's like the war is a necessity. where like the Imperium does the same thing. But then you have armies like orcs who are just sitting there like, I just banged two things together and made a rocket and shot that 10,000-year-old dreadnought. I killed it. And you have freaking things like Nurglings who are giggling as they come running up with like cartoony weapons like mallets to hit Space Marines with. And it's like, it's both incredibly hilarious, stupid, and the perfect level of utter stupidity that is amazing. Like, it is Invader Zim. 40k is Invader Zim. Just saying. Why current Space Marines don't have long hair? Yeah. I think they just forgot to grow out their hair. Like, grow your hair, people. Like, also people forget that I have really long hair that goes all the way down past my butt. I basically have an anime hairstyle. There we go. God damn it. It's gonna come off to the sides. There we go. Okay. Because the Mechanicus hasn't found the blueprints for getting lasers, which sucks because... Okay, so, common misconception, the Mechanicus doesn't build everything. They also don't invent everything. Human cultures from all around the galaxy actually have their own technology, and the AdMech tends to destroy it. Or they tend to take everything that it is, turn it into STCs, and reproduce it. So they're kind of like... Yeah, they're kind of weird when it comes to that. Goddamn, is it cool? Agreed. Any advice for a new Sisters collector? Pick a theme. Like, what you want to do is pick a theme. Do you want melee sisters? Do you want shooty sisters? Are the two big things that you need to decide. Melee sisters, you want Sacrosans, you want Repentia, and you want a Canoness, you want Morvenval, and you want Rhinos and Immolators. And you can have a really good force. Do you want shooty sisters? With shooty sisters, you want things like Dominions, Zarathum, Canoness, Morvenval. Get Canoness and Morvenval, they're really good. Immolators instead of Rhinos. And you want Retributors. And with that, you can have a really good shooting force. That's my advice to a new Sisters player, is pick which faction you want to go with. And get your tanks, aside from Rhinos and Immolators, last. Like, you don't need Exorcists when you first start out. You don't need the Castigator at all. You don't need the Sister Nundums at all. They're bad. Also, Victor just scared the hell out of me. Hello!
Hello.
We are streaming.
Yes, we are.
You are soaked.
Yes, but...
You got all wet without me? Rude.
Yeah. Well, gonna get wet again, so...
That guy right there, that person, that's my fiance. Say hello, Victor.
Hello, Victor.
That's... I should have seen that coming, to be honest.
Yep, I blame you entirely.
Yep. The Emperor Mankind is Dib from Invader Zim. Agreed. Orcs are the pro shit posters of Warhammer. Fully agree with that. Why do you think Volkite weapons are coming back so slowly? Probably because the Gilliman was all like, hey, these things are really cool. Why aren't we using them? And all of the Marines probably just kept them in their reliquaries.
Well, or just the Mechanicus was looking at them themselves.
Did your work give you... You stole a bunch of chips again, didn't you?
Stealing is such a harsh word. But no, I did not.
Ha! You're the Norn King.
The Norn King.
That's actually really funny.
Right.
Oh, so Victor. Victor. Come here.
Yeah.
Come here.
Hold on.
Come here.
I have no time to waste.
Oh yeah, you have to leave, don't you?
I do have to go, because cats.
Ah, okay. You gotta go take care of the kitty cats.
Yes.
Well, before you go, we have a question.
Okay.
Aside from AdMech, what armies do you want to start in 2022?
That's the thing, though. Like, I don't want to start any armies, but I do want to learn some new armies.
That's fair. Oh yeah, we're getting Eldar too.
Yeah.
We actually have a ton of Eldar, but we're gonna get more. We're gonna get an actual army of Eldar.
Exactly. Right.
Love you. You should wipe off your lips.
I should go do that.
Yeah. What armies does Victor play? Victor has played Imperial Guard once, and AdMech. AdMech mostly. What do you think of the new Eldar stuff? Oh, God, don't ask me this. Don't ask me this. You're gonna hear my negative opinions on it. Okay. Okay, well, first. Do you want my honest opinion on the new Eldar stuff? Like, completely honest on the stuff that we've seen so far, which includes the new stealth jet bikes, the new Rangers, the new Altark, and the new Guardians. If you want my honest answer, tell me right now. Okay, we're gonna give it like 2 seconds because I think the stream is on like a 30-second delay. Oh, a loyalist. Hell, I play everything. Like, it doesn't matter. If it's fun to play, I play it. Okay, alright. It doesn't look like people want my honest opinion on it. Then yeah, the new Eldar look hunky-dory pudding and pie. Oh, you do want it. Okay. Okay, you want my honest opinion on it. Other companies have done the Eldar way better. Like, the Guardians look identical. They don't look any different except for having a belly button and a better paint job. And, like, it's cool that they have chainswords. I really like the fact that they have chainswords. And I like the fact that they have fusion guns now. Like, one of them in 5 can get a fusion gun. I think that's crazy cool. But they're so goddamn generic looking. Like, they look the same. Like, I can put Sister Battle chainswords on Guardians now and have them. Honestly, I'm not impressed with the Guardians. The Altark looks... Why is she standing sideways on a rock? Like...
I don't know, maybe she saw something in the distance.
Yeah, but it's so weird. Also, the fact that she's just standing there like this, like, it's like they didn't even give her a pose. And yeah, I know, some of the weapon choices for the arms can make her look cool. But like... Okay.
She's just T-posing to assert dominance.
That is true, but... These are my current Altarks from Raging Heroes. Like... Look at these. Extremely dynamic. Very cool. And we got these dirt cheap and they were 3D printed.
Also, love you bunches.
Love you too. Take care. Be safe.
Will do.
Tell the cats I said hi.
Will do. Bye.
Bye. Oh, also, why don't they have wings? Like, why didn't you show them with wings to begin with? Like, who's going to take an Altark on foot? Let's be real. But, it's not all negative. All of my opinions are not negative, okay? I do really like that new stealth jet bike. I really think that that is very cool because it's essentially their version of a Humvee. And I think that that is awesome. Does it make sense? Actually, yes, with the Eldar. And I really, really, really like it. So, am I going to still get that box? Yes. Do I think that the Rangers in it look completely idiotic, like they've just been caught out in the open, like, oh, shit? Yes. Do I think that they could have done a lot more with them? Absolutely. They look like, I hate to say this, but they look like old Eldar models, which we didn't want. We wanted new, cooler Eldar models. And instead we got the exact same thing. In fact, the older Rangers look better. Like, it's weird to say that the old fine cast models look better. Yeah. But, in all honesty, I think that it is really, really, really cool. Am I still going to buy the set? Absolutely. Am I going to convert the ever-living shit out of those Rangers to make them look good? Absolutely. Am I going to do it on stream? Absolutely. And I'm not trying to say don't buy the new Eldar. I think that it is great, and I do think that we need to support other Xenos races in 40K. But Wargames Exclusive has done like better versions of Warp Spiders. Raging Hero does better versions of Eldar for all of them. And it's getting to the point where I think even GW is starting to realize that they can't can't compete with others on this. So, yeah, it's kind of annoying me, like just a little bit. Like just make cooler shit. Also, I agree with this sentence right here. This comment. I wish there were kaiju armies in 40k. Like, the best we have is, like, Nidzilla, but Nidzilla is dated at this point. Like, let's be real, the last model for them came out in 2012, 2014, which doesn't sound like a long time ago to us millennials, but that was 6 years ago. And yeah, we're getting one new Tyrannid. Woo. Because every release that isn't for Marines is one new model. Except for Chaos. Chaos is getting a whole new line, and we know that. And Eldar are getting a new line. But it feels like they're just taking, like, short little things to, like, hold us over. Like, Thousand Suns, for instance. They got one new model. Gene Steel Occult, one new model. Let's see. Grey Knights, one new model. And it's like, but you could have made, like, Primaris, you know, Blade Guard veterans that are Grey Knights, and that would have been super dope. And yeah, how come we don't see any of the other random races? Oh my god, the world ended 10 years ago. 2012 was 10 years ago. No, but again, I just want to point this out. I'm not saying that they are bad models. I'm just saying that it's a little disappointing that they look the same as, like, the current Eldar. And yeah, you can mix and match Eldar, and I think that is cool. But at the same time, like, GW was like, oh, we're keeping the Orc boys and the new Orc boys. This way you can have all of the Orc boys. And then the second they make the announcement for the Eldar, they remove the Rangers and the Guardians from the website. And it's like, oh, okay. All right. This is what we're doing. It is what it is. Jaegers versus Kaiju. Yeah, you could do that with Imperial Knights versus Tyranids, but Imperial Knights just win that. Orcs got a lot, even though our new boys are... Oh my god, the amount of mono pose that has been released is another thing that's, like, annoying me. Like, if I want mono pose miniatures, I'll buy them from other companies, and they'll be a lot cheaper. But GW has been adamant on making monopose, or as close to monopose as possible. Like, there is little to no customization of the Primaris Marines. They are legs, torso, and then maybe you can move the arms around and that's it. The new Orc boys have their arms built into their chest, and they have a very particular way that they can go. And it, like, when I saw that, I didn't buy them. Like, I was like, okay. And yes, I get it. The old models, too, were monoposed. And that's not an argument. I want multi-part modular models. Like, for the price I'm paying, I think that I'm okay saying that. Especially with the amount of armies that I have. I think I have a right to say that. I want more posability. Can I post a link to the Warp Spider image here? Unfortunately, you can't because, like, YouTube stops it automatically, but I know which ones you're talking about. The new Eldar are okay, but wasn't, yeah, awed by them. I expected more because of AOS. Yeah, like, AOS models are blowing 40k models out of the water. Like, AOS just looks 1,000 times better than 40k at this point. And it kind of sucks. Like, I want to play more AOS, but more people play 40k. So it's like, well, shit. I'm collecting Bad Moons and I want Shooty Boys. Yeah, and you only get 10. You get 5. Like, you get 5 close combat, 5 normal. And it's super annoying because it's like, now you have to find somebody who also bought a box of boys and you have to make a trade with them in order to get those things. And it annoys me. It annoys me a lot. But I'm used to like monopose miniatures, and I'm used to cutting them up, and I'm used to reposing them. Like my Imperial Knights, for instance, all have like walking feet now because I've cut them up and made them, move. And I do think that it's great that other Xenos armies are getting models. I think that is absolutely fantastic, and I absolutely love it. Like the Necrons, all of their new models kick ass. Aside from the destroyers with 3 legs, mostly because there's a part that goes around their neck and then their head has to pop underneath. And monopose sucks and limits creativity. Agreed. Also, I would love more armies like Custodians to have quality over quantity in style. Yeah, I fully agree. Wait. What the fuck? The boys box is half and half? Yes, it is. It is. And it's stuck half and half. Actually, I think it's stuck with 5 close combat boys, 4 shooting boys, and 1 knob. Or the knob is separate. I forget. Sticking with the old boys kit. Still love them. Yeah, just size up their base. New boys have 3 shooters and 1 big shooter. Holy crap. Oh yeah, they could get a rocket too. Even though the best weapon for them is the bomb. It is what it is. Like, GW is just going to sell us monopose miniatures forever now, and I'm sad. But I understand it, and some of them look really nice. Like, I do like a lot of the monopose miniatures. Like, I posted this guy on my Twitter just a little while ago, and I really, really, really like him. I think he came out fantastic. I like his pose. I think it's cool. Look, but anyway, some of the monopose miniatures I think look absolutely crazy, and I really like them. But I don't think monopose miniatures should be as much money as GW is charging for them. Yeah, and the rate that they keep releasing freaking Space Marines is ridiculous. But yeah, it is crazy. But to recap really quickly. 2022. I almost said 2020. 2022, what we're doing. Building up armies, building up the channel, building up a following on Twitch, and doing more for recording and everything. I am super excited for 2022, and I'm super excited to get to know more people here in Iceland and get more games in. Like, I'm super excited about all of this. I am going to be streaming on Twitch in 2 hours from now, so if you want to watch building and chatting and junk, by all means, check out my Twitch channel. Link is in the description. And yeah, I want to thank everybody for watching, everybody who stopped by, and everybody who wished me a Happy New Year. Happy New Year to all of you. I wish the best for this year, and I hope everybody is doing well. As always, I'm Northern Queen Alexis. I love you guys. Bye.